Hi, welcome back to the Spotlight, where we highlight veteran voices. I am your host, Nicole Pogue, U.S. Navy veteran and Executive Director here at Azura Veterans Coalition. Thanks for tuning in. Today we have Dana West. She comes to us from Home Base, an organization based out of Boston, Mass. And prior to that, she was with the Arizona Department of Veteran Services. Prior to that, she was in the service. Amongst other things, she's also a mom, and we're really happy to have her on the show. First of all, I would like to inform everybody out there that Azura Veterans Coalition is now an independent organization. I am the CEO and the sole runner of this place, and we are looking for funding, donors, sponsors, people with graphic backgrounds, marketing backgrounds, social media, what have you. We're looking for your support and your dollars and your presence. And please like, subscribe, comment, and share this podcast. If you can't give us anything else, please just share the awareness that we're trying to achieve here. 80% of the people that walk in the door said they never knew this place existed, and it was inaugurated in 2018. So let's get the word out. And if you have a line on somebody who could help us or somebody who wants to join the coalition, if your organization would like to join us, please visit us at azuravets.org or email me at info@azuravets.org. Thanks for tuning in today, and let's get into the spotlight. Dana, welcome to the show, sister.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for your service, and thanks for coming all the way from Surprise to be on the show today.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, you're in a good mood.
I am.
Are you always in a good mood?
No. And it gets worse and funnier when I'm anxious. So here we have it.
Great. Are you pretty anxious today? We're going to get a comedy show?
Yes.
Great. We have a few members of the East Valley Women Veterans Group in the audience today. If you would also like to be in the audience, just come on by. Every Wednesday, we go live at 16:30. Show up anytime before that. We have food and coffee, and we'll hang out, and let's just talk. So where do you hail from?
So originally from Oregon, nice tiny town, middle of nowhere, lots of cattle, lots of wheat ranches, no music until it's like 3 years out.
Wait, is this like the Kevin Bacon movie?
Yeah.
You guys weren't allowed to dance?
No, we were. We just like, we're 3 years behind everyone else. We're like, oh, this song's really cool. And they're like, they came out 6 years ago.
Did you live on a farm?
I did not. I was a city kid. Lived within a mile of the school, so I had to walk, which is fine, but super fun. Got in trouble. My mom knew before I got home. I was like,
Small town.
yeah, super small. But with that, when 9/11 happened, I was in high school, and my brothers joined, my cousins joined, and I was like, you guys, like, seriously, everybody? And so I joined, and I was like, well, I'm smarter than most of you, so maybe I can get a job that helps you come home safer, because they all want to go infantry, artillery, whatnot. I was like, all right.
Did you look out after them growing up and everything?
Yeah, absolutely. I was the oldest girl, so I was always looking after my brothers, younger cousins, and there's like 6 of us that all like hung out together, and then 9 of us that all joined the Army, all Army.
What?
Yes.
Oof. Yeah. What was your MOS?
I hear it's called 33 Mike now. It was 97 Echo when I was in, but I was a interrogator, so that was super fun. In the schoolhouse, they absolutely say women are inherently better at this. We're just more curious, and we like all the answers. I was like, all right, cool. And it took me, until 3 years ago to figure out how to use my skills in the civilian side and how that translated. And it actually is networking.
Yeah.
So.
Can you tell when I'm lying?
I like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Okay. Have you seen Evie Pompoulos? She's the former Secret Service agent, and now she's a professor. She's like she's like super gorgeous, and she talks about being on like the president's detail and interrogations and what have you. And she's super smart. She just wrote a book, and it's phenomenal. I mean, kind of in the league that you're hailing from there. So I picked up a few things from her. a lot of confidence, a lot of skill building.
Yeah.
You know, being a female out in the world, protecting yourself, and not going all in when you're online dating or when you meet somebody new or what you allow around you. Just because she was there for 9/11 and she protected so many presidents. So, yeah, that's really cool that you're finding use of your military skills in the civilian world. I know that's a huge obstacle for most veterans.
Yeah, because I think on a regular basis, people look at it and they're like, okay, cool. It doesn't matter what you did while you were in, you're going to be a great security guard. No, thanks.
Yeah,
So,
you know your worth.
yeah,
You know what you're capable of.
or I'm working on it.
So you got out after how many years?
2. And so I
Did you sign up for 2?
Nope. Signed up for 6. Got out early. Made some great choices.
What does that mean?
I went in and went through basic, loved it. I had every intention of making a career of it. Growing up in a small town, you marry your high school sweetheart and you work at the landfill, and that was not what I wanted. So I was like, I'm getting out of here, and the Army was my ticket. So made it through basic, got to AIT, and
What's AIT?
advanced individual training. So sorry guys.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
not everyone's a veteran.
So, after basic, you learn how to be an infantryman or soldier or whatever, and all the basic stuff that everyone has to know how to do, and then go off and learn your job. And I actually got to go down to Fort Huachuca. Was there with UAV, the counter intel, just all the intel community. And I had been there about 6 months and was raped by 2 other soldiers. And I had known to stay away from one of them and tried to stay away from that person through no fault of my own. I ended up in a really awful situation. And there was a female about a month prior that had come forward and said something, and she was gone. So I kept my mouth shut because I wanted to graduate. I wanted to go to my duty station. So after everything, I drank very heavily. I made it through AAT, made it to Fort Bragg, and really struggled to be the soldier that I wanted to be. So ended up marrying the very first dirtbag I could find that isolated me, kept me mostly safe. But I mean,
What was the process for getting out after your assault?
So I ended up getting pregnant right after I got married, and we were both supposed to deploy. So because of everything I had been through, I had really bad family relationships. I really destroyed a lot in my life, and I didn't trust anybody. So I was like, well, I'm gonna stay here with my kid because who's gonna raise him? And then I was lost for a long time. Say, I think probably 2018 was probably one of the first times that I told people I was a veteran. And even then I didn't say it, I just said I served in the Army. Because I didn't deploy. I was ashamed of what I had gone through, and there were enough people around that heard rumors, and I was just ashamed, and I couldn't get past it, and I couldn't open up about it. And it was actually when Vanessa Guillen went missing. It was the first time that I told anyone what happened to me. It hurt my heart so bad because people talked so poorly about her. She was so young, and she didn't ask for that, and she shouldn't have had to do anything other than be able to enjoy herself, to be a young woman and to have fun with her friends, with people that she thought she could trust, without having to do all of those things that you would do overseas, like just being super hyper aware and protecting yourself from your brothers. So when people talked badly about her, I finally spoke up and was like, me too, me too.
Before that, were you even contemplating?
No, I blocked out as much as I could.
You just put it way, way back,
Way
deep,
back.
deep down.
Um,
How did that come out sideways in your life? You said you got really destructive. People
Yeah.
around you.
I drank a lot. I smoked a lot. I have not had a serious relationship probably my entire adult life since I got out. I mean, because even now I still am really good at isolating. I think in the last 3 years is where I've really started to make the most progress, just individually as a female vet. Really kind of owning it and being able to raise my hand and be like, yeah, I'm a veteran, and being proud of it and being proud of my service outside of one night. But all of that to say, like, I can't tell you how many jobs I quit, how many times I moved across the country. Like, I'm really good at moving. I can pack a car like nobody's business. Just even, 2019, my son said to me, I don't want to be the new kid anymore. Can we just stay? And the only way to make that happen was really to reflect and go to counseling and try and figure out how to stay and how not to run, because I'm really good at it. I really like running. I dream about it a lot. I'm like, we could be anywhere. But yeah, so it took a lot of work.
And then you landed in Arizona. You were stationed down south, and then you stayed.
So after Fort Bragg, after I got out, I moved back to Oregon, went to Idaho, started school, dropped out of school, moved back to Oregon, moved to Texas, got back together with my ex, like made it 7 years, like really was like, yeah, I'm doing all right. No, I'm gonna sabotage myself.
Before it inevitably blows up.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm gonna start this. No, sorry guys. I guess not sorry. Sorry, kind of.
Yeah, fuck that. Don't apologize.
I think that's the one thing that sidebar, I have tried really, really hard in the last year just to be absurdly honest about where I am with my mental health. One of my mentors who really helped me focus and learn about work-life balance. Terrible at that.
That's a thing.
Yeah, right, right.
Yes, that is, I don't know.
So I'm super organized at work. Like I can do like just chef's kiss. Like I can do some stuff at work. At home, I can't even keep the dishes clean. Like struggle. But he was one of the first people to ask me, like when I first started like contemplating and trying to get sober. I'd have a bad day and he'd be like, "Hey, I know today was hard. Like, are you okay? Are you thinking about drinking?" He would ask me the hard questions. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I am. Like, I really could go for a shot right now." And he was like, "All right, well, if that's where you're at, are you thinking about suicide? Are you thinking about hurting yourself?" I'm like, "No, I'm good today." And just having someone actually ask me that, like, consistently throughout the week even, like, where you at? Where's your head? it really changed how I advocate for other people, because I feel like as veterans, like we're like, yeah, let's help our brothers and sisters, and I'm tired of losing friends, but at the end of the day, we're working and we're so mission focused. We're like, everyone's got PTSD. Suck it up. We gotta go. We got stuff to do, and with that, we're not giving ourselves the space to heal and to be okay. Well, everyone else can be okay, but not us. And I think in the last 2 years, I've lost a few friends that meant the world to me to suicide. I'm just like, I'm done with this. Like, the brothers and sisters that I keep losing are advocates. They're the ones that are still like working their tails off trying to help. And
You were in that field for 2 years.
um,
You worked for the Arizona Department of Veteran Services.
so before that, I actually worked at Be Connected for almost 5 years, and did navigating, kind of virtual case management. So consistently in survival mode with my vets and just caring the world about them. And
What did that all entail as your role at ACMF? What
so when I was there, it was still very small, very new. When I started, there was 2 other people on the support line, so it was the 3 of us, and we were consistently doing research, just like, hey, is this place good? And the team at ACMF was still very, very small, so we'd call the director and be like, hey, this is what I got, and we would get help from the directors, just like, yeah, let's do this. And it was so small and so mission focused. Like, I drank the Kool-Aid. I was like, this is what we do. We help our brothers and sisters. And it just got so big so fast, and it got so hard to keep up with all of it. It's like I wanted to call out sick every Friday. And probably one of the best, worst things that one of my supervisors was like, we've made it through 100% of our Fridays. We can do this. I'm like, I hate Fridays. I hate Fridays. Friday afternoon, done. I want to check out so bad, because that's when our vet's going to be like, okay, I actually can't handle it. Now I need help. And I'm like, nobody's helping you at Friday afternoon.
I know we get a lot of people walking in on Fridays, and I'm like, we can't do very much for you. Most of the other organizations that we've partnered with can't help you either. It's the weekend, but I understand that you think you're holding on all week. You're like, I can do this, and then you're like, oh shit, the weekend's coming. I'm not gonna have any support.
Yeah.
So we were gonna start closing on Fridays, but then we would miss that. So we're open full hours so we can catch them, make sure that they're safe and they have all the information they need, the hotlines, the numbers. And
See, and that's so cool, because you guys are one of like 2 organizations that I know of that are actually open on Fridays, open when people need it, because as veterans, we're probably the most stubborn, and we're not going to ask until we're against that wall hard. So
but you dealt with that every day. Someone's
Yeah.
against a wall every day. They come in a crisis. I like to say we're not a crisis center, but everyone walking in, most people that walk in are in some kind of crisis,
yeah,
and they need immediate support. And you're shuffling through your whole deck. You're trying to figure out how to get them to their next goal, the closest one, the most prevalent one, the one that's going to keep you safe, right?
yeah,
And, and with a smaller organization and having not traversed the VA healthcare system, or most of that since you didn't start till 2018 and you'd been out for over 10 years, that must have been really hard, because you're learning on the fly without personal experience of having to,
and then ended up
work
being
through-
really good with the female vets, and got to start having flashbacks during the day with clients. So that's how I ended up here.
Did that immediately push you to start receiving help and reaching out
No.
amongst the services you started? No.
No.
You're like, that's cool. I'll put it in the back with
like-
the memories.
I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's drink more.
I can relate.
Yeah. Well, like with that, I'm like, oh man, guys, I swear I have worked my tail off to get where I am, and every day is absolutely a battle, and I keep having like nightmares about drinking. And I'm like, oh my God, I drank in my dream and I woke up and I thought it was so real. And then I'm just like devastated because it's been a year and a half. And I'm just like, I've been trying so hard. And I'm like, oh, it was a dream. It was a dream.
Yeah.
Um,
Those are
but
normal and natural. I've experienced them too.
thank you.
That's good. That means it's important to you. And you know that if you drink again, you go back to a place that probably took you it took everything you had to get out of that space.
Yeah. I,
Because once you put the bottle down, then you're left with what's left and you processing that. So did the VA help you with that?
uh,
Or did you just seek outside help? Are you service connected?
I'm service connected. I went to the vet center. Actually, there's one pretty close to my house, so I went there and I went through a couple of counselors. Um, had some not great ones, had a really good one while I was waiting for a new counselor to come on, and then I had an amazing counselor, and she went into private practice, and Dr. McCrae actually he helped me. He was my counselor until I could get to her into the community, and then he made sure that everything was like kosher so that I could go to her without causing any like ethical issues. And actually was a really big part of even helping me think that sobriety was possible. Uh, the vet center was where I got my counseling. I actually went in there today and made a new appointment. I was like, hey, I'm nervous about some stuff. I think I need help. Just talk through some stuff. But yeah, the VA, they've been amazing. They've been wonderful. They helped me with my meds, which I did need. Because, I mean, without the meds, I was 6 and 7 panic attacks every couple of days. Like, could not get through the day, couldn't get through the night. Finally got counseling. Finally was like, okay, I have to stop drinking. And then the meds started working better once I stopped drinking. And actually had a veteran benefits counselor keep track of me for like 3 years. He's like, hey, kiddo, how's it going? I'm like, fine. You ready to file a claim? Nope. Are you sure? Like, no, but maybe don't forget me. Can you check on me in a couple months? Every couple months for like 3 years. How you doing, kiddo? I'm not ready. Okay, let me know. And no, he's I was like, there's so many people, so many good veterans out here in our community. And it was 2023. I finally got all my stuff together, and I was like, I'm ready to do this. And then landed myself in the hospital. I almost died, and because of my stubbornness,
Jane Austen calls it an obstinate young woman right here.
I actually thought I had COVID. I was super sick, couldn't walk from here to that camera, and went to the urgent care, and the doctor there was like, well, you're probably just dehydrated. I was like, ma'am, I know dehydrated. This isn't it. She was like, well, I don't know what else to do for you. And I was like, well, I'm going to go to the ER and prove to you that I'm dying. And she was like, okay. And then I get there, and the doctor's like, you're so lucky you got here. Like, within the next couple of days, I had a blood clot in my lung.
Dang.
Pretty large blood clot. And so I was in the hospital for a couple of days, and I was like, all right, so what's going on? What do I need to do? And they're like, well, okay, you're a little overweight, but outside of that, you're really healthy. There's no reason for you to be here. You need to work on your stress. I was like, are you kidding me right now? So I called my benefits counselor and was like, put my claim in. I'm done. There's nothing else I can do about this. Like, I'm in the hospital because I've been holding on to this so long. Just put it in. And it took another year, but went through. And now I'm still going. I go to the VA again. Going to the vet center again. Use my back pay to buy a house. Really. had to find purpose. And that really was, I think, the only reason that I'm able to do all of the other things is that stumbled across Struggle Well, stumbled across peer support, worked on my degree, had to do research. And I was like, well, my life has actually started getting better since I started spending time with female vets. And I actively, consciously stayed away from female vets because of my experience with service members, female service members. Because it's not really the type of environment where you can be a girl's girl. Like, everybody's trying to keep themselves safe, and everybody's trying to, like, move up the ladder against all the odds that are stacked against us as females in the service. And so I started doing research on that for my degree. I was like, what does this relationship have to do with, like, our healing? Like, does this relationship hold us back from healing sooner? Like, if I had known, if I had even tried to spend even a few minutes with a female veteran, even a month out, I can't even imagine how differently my life would have been, how much it would have changed, how much sooner it would have changed if I had just not been scared to spend time with female vets. Because, I mean, like, the first time I met you, like, we clicked. And we didn't have to talk about it. We didn't have to say anything. Like, all of the different things in the community, at work, at home, like, you get it. You know how it is like to be treated as a female veteran, as a leader, as, like, all of the things that we hold on to in this community. Like, you get it, and you get how hard it is. And had I known that sooner, that I was not crazy, I was textbook crazy. And I guess it's like the saddest thing. Like, we're not special, we're not unique, we're textbook symptoms of our trauma. And
We are dysregulated. We're not crazy, we're dysregulated.
and with that, like, it got me into peer support. And so I started doing peer support. I went and got my certification. And now that's my favorite thing. Actually, tonight I have a peer support group with female vets just to create that space and hold just a quiet, safe space for other females to even be okay with thinking about it. Because, I mean, it took me probably 10, 11 years to even say out loud what happened to me, admit to anybody. So just being able to have that platform and allow another woman the safety to even acknowledge, like, yeah, I'm a survivor.
Finding that voice takes a lot.
Yeah.
When you have so many other people's voices in your head.
Yeah.
So whose voice are you listening to? Is it the person who told you who you should be, who you ought to be, your parents or other leaders who are putting all these expectations on you, and you're like, well, that's not the shit that I want to do, but it's what I'm being told I'm good at. It's the pursuit that I'm supposed to go after, all those things that other people lay on us, and then it pushes us down further and further, the authentic version of ourselves. And without the voice to command, no, this is not what I want to do, and I'm being driven by something else, and I want to chase that. I want to find her, and I want to use, that you can feel that in your gut. You're like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I got something to say, but I'm scared because, all of the world out there is going to judge you and take you down, and everyone's got an opinion, like everyone's got an asshole, right? So I try not to offer up anything to anyone that I don't trust, that I know that's not going to have my best interest in mind, that's going to, back me on my vision in my quest. And the risky behavior I take today is far different than the risky behavior I would take before, because I took a lot of risks to quiet all that.
Mhm.
And now I take risks to, push myself further past my comfort zones.
Yeah.
But I found that with other female veterans. I want to know if we can tell the viewers where to find this. I don't know if it's privy only to female veterans. You have to be invited to. It's online, right?
Yeah, it's online. Yes, it is specifically only female veterans.
Is it for cis female veterans?
No.
No. Okay.
It have to be female. I know we talked about that a few times, and we've talked about creating some other groups for males, for transgender, but really just it is specifically for the female veterans. It's on the Televeda platform. Like, honestly, if you Google Televeda, it'll come right up. You can click on it. So the one tonight is a little more structured. It's about MST, and usually what I do is talk about a theme, tell a story. Sometimes I tell my own story, whether it's about that night or whether it's about like something that's happened since then. I mean, even recently, I told a story about feeling like I didn't belong, and this incident that happened, that another female veteran, she came to my rescue. She saw what I needed, and she was like, "No, you're here. You're in the right place." And just really having that conflicting identity, and like, "Oh, I'm not veteran enough," but really having a very structured group, and then allowing other women to talk about kind of similar experiences that they're going through after their trauma, as opposed to like, "Hey, it's your turn to do your testimony, share your trauma." We don't do that. And then Thursdays we do one that's a little bit more social. So we have a lot of females that kind of drop in and out that really struggle with just leaving their houses, which is completely understandable. So we have a couple in there. They pop in, and that's where they get their socializing with other female vets and just get to talk about their day or their week. So
Thank you for building that space. That's great. That is phenomenal. We need more of that. So we have the Televeda platform that you're utilizing right now. What other MST groups do you know of that are active in the Valley or in the greater Phoenix area?
MST groups,
Or any groups that are specific to the female veteran?
to female veterans. So I know you have one out of here. I'm gonna mess with your stuff. And you guys have the East Valley Women Vets. There's the West Valley Women Veterans, and there's social groups. And I think it is one of the coolest things that some of our female veterans have done for each other, is to create that safe space to go and socialize, go have brunch, and just be together with no expectations. And then the camaraderie that comes out of it, being like, "Hey, I want to do this volunteer project. Like, can you help me?" And just like helping your sister and cheering her on. Like, it is probably one of the most special things I've ever been a part of, is just being part of those female groups specifically, because there's no one there that's talking down to you. There's no one there that's like, "Oh, well, you're not veteran enough," or, "Well, you didn't go overseas," or, "You weren't an officer." It's just female vets being supportive. And I realize that a lot of people are like, "Oh, so you don't like male vets." No, that's not it. It's just, we need safe spaces.
Yeah.
And that's important.
I think gender-specific groups are important. There are some things we can't say in front of the opposite sex.
Yeah.
For many reasons, and I think both sides agree with that. And then there is a time to come together.
Yeah.
So we can identify with our service as service members outside, your sexual orientation should not matter. It's that no matter what people are saying, "I didn't serve long enough, I didn't do this, I didn't do that," it doesn't matter. Did you show up and sign the dotted line up to and including your life? Thank you for your service. Thank you for taking that oath. Yes. And then when you return and you take off the uniform, you're still holding up that honor, and you feel left with this void. And maybe you don't want to be a veteran. Maybe you don't want to identify. Maybe your war trauma or something that happened outside of theater pushed you away from that, and now you have an aversion to the service. And we're here to bring people back in. It's just when you walk into a room and there's another female vet, you're like, I immediately gravitate towards you because I know, like, girl, she knows what's up. Here, I don't have to say a lot. Like you said, when the first time I met you in my office, I was like, we said like 3 sentences, and I'm like, got you.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then it was like shoulders down, and I felt immediately comfortable. And we just immediately started helping each other. That coalition building, the camaraderie. And you came in with Ivana Costa.
Yes.
Ivana Costa. That was cool. You guys were my age, and I hadn't met any other female vets in the area.
Yeah.
Especially my age, who were out there doing service work. And I was like, okay, I just walked into this office and took over somebody's role. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I just know that I need a women's group, and there wasn't one, so I built one. And then we just had brunch on Saturday, all ages, all eras, and different lengths of service, enlisted, officer, what have you. And they just brought materials. They're like, hey, did you know about this event? And I started saying stuff about this organization. And they're like, well, have you done this, Nicole? Have you tried this? Have you done that? And people are just like throwing stuff out there. Like,
Yeah.
And then people who don't usually say anything during the groups, once we all start getting catty and they hear something come up that pertains to them, then they'll say something. And it's like, yes, you're finally using your voice. You have a place in the world. You know, you are worthy. You are enough just the way you are. You have something to say. You are valuable. Everything that you say is valid. Like, nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong with you. Like when you said I was crazy, I used to say that all the time until I found out I had a nervous system dysregulation issue. And medication worked for a while as a tool. But then when I found holistic modalities, it changed my life.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've delved into that at all.
Kind of. I need
Maybe
to.
you should come to some of the classes we have here in the Defenders Den.
I absolutely need to. Yeah.
Or we can bring in the East Valley and the West Valley women together and do something big and try to recruit more female veterans, because we are the most camouflaged demographic out there. So you're showing up in the world, building a small space. I want to make sure that all of us know that that's available, and try to build something on the east side here, as well as nationally. You know, that's why I asked you, do you know of any other groups? I don't think there are very many.
There's not, which is actually, I've shared Televeda with a few of my friends that are across the country, and we've had people from, one of our female vets was in Washington. She moved down here to Arizona. She was like, I want to be where these females are, and which is just the coolest thing. But we've had people from Texas. We've had people from Kansas join. Like, they don't always join, but we've had women from all over the country join because there's nothing like this. So it matters. It's so important. It
does matter. And it's the ripple effect. See what we're doing here? It's going across the country. Man, that's phenomenal. I love hearing that, because it makes it more fruitful that your work is not going unnoticed, even though you don't think anything's happening outside of all of your efforts and you're killing yourself over it. You're like, am I making a difference? Yes, you are. And when other women show up, I'm like, thank you for being here for me, because I need you too. I went to a lot of treatment centers, and I went to a few that were specifically just for female veterans.
Yeah.
And we were all dysregulated, and then we bonded through that recovery journey, and we still keep in touch. And it's great to see them grow. And if they do go back, and we can help bring them, out of it, and say, remember the story that you told me when you recovered from this one instance? If you can do that, you can do this.
Yeah.
This is nothing, and it's peer to peer. Like, I got you. Well, you got a tattoo that says I got your 6, right?
Yeah, I do. I got it on my wrist. That way, whenever I shake people's hand, they can see it. Like, I want people to know, like, maybe you don't know me, but I'm here for you. I got you, without question.
Without question. Well, you're a beautiful soul. I appreciate you out in the world doing the work that you're doing. You've done a few different things in the veteran world, and it was overtaking your mental health. You're getting stressed out. You got a blood clot in your lung. What the hell? And you decided, I can't do this anymore. I have a family, I have a home now, and you decided to switch tracks.
I did, yes.
What are you doing now?
With all of that, I did finally have to accept that direct service, case managing, I could not do it without, so my philosophy was, if I can't give you a little piece of my soul and my heart to help you every time, so that you know that I care and you matter, Like, I'm not a good case manager, but I was damaging my mental health. I could not function. So I've actually transitioned over to home base where I'm an outreach manager and really in charge of that program over here, where I get to recruit veterans into our fitness program. We're just like, hey, let's build a healthy relationship with physical fitness, because how many of us got punished with physical fitness while we were in the service? Like, all of us, every single one of us. Like, I got smoked like nobody's business. I couldn't keep my mouth shut.
I know. Drop and do 8 counts until I tell you to stop.
Right? We're just like, yes. So building a healthy relationship with fitness and doing it with other veterans. So we partner with the ASU with their College of Health Solutions, and at their Sun Devil Fitness Complex,
Awesome.
they gave us, or we've worked with, partnered, one of their classrooms. We've turned it into a gym that is specifically for our veterans to work out in. Every time they come in, they get to work out with our Navy vet coach. He's amazing. I'll make fun of him every time, complain, cuss, I'm never coming back, and then I go back. But then I also get to do the adventure series, and to me, that one's the most special. To get to plan these social events and invite veterans to come out, be together with other veterans in the community, whether they're advocates or not. They are veterans in the community, and most of us stay where we get out, or we move somewhere with a spouse that we were married to at the time. That's how I got here. Like, I moved here with a spouse, and here I am, a single mom, but I have a family because I've been spending time with other veterans, and that's what I'm able to help cultivate with the adventure series. I got to have a family bowling night, and being able to see our kids spend time together and bond, and they're like, my mom does that. Like,
Oh,
just
yes.
like, we cause trauma whether we mean to or not, and being able to help create a space where our kids can be together, where other parents can be together, where just spending time with veterans and helping build that social support system that we all need, and don't even realize that we're grieving when we discharge. We're just like, we lost the whole world, just gone. And being out,
especially when it's stripped from you.
Yeah, I mean, I signed my DD 214. I was like, all right, well, like, where do I go? Do I go talk to my first sergeant now? Like, what do I do? And he was like, get off the post. Nobody cares. Like, it sticks with me. Like, having a command and then nobody cares. I don't, how many of us have that experience and don't even know that we're grieving? And so being able to be a part of building that so that you have someone to call. So when I first moved to Arizona, I had nobody to call. If I was having a bad day, if I was drinking, if I was really close to making a plan, I had no one to call. But because I put myself out there and worked my tail off because it is, you have to work. But building that community with other vets where you're at, it's special.
Where you're at. If someone presented the way you just described yourself formerly, who would they call? If not the Veterans Crisis Line, because they're not there, but they're still struggling in multiple kinds of ways. Suicidal ideation, maybe, but there's no plan. They're just like, I feel defeated. I have no purpose, and I just need to talk to somebody. I don't know anybody here. I've been isolating so long. How do I even get through this, get past my pride, this barrier, this fear? What do I do next? Where do I go? How do I show up? Who do I call? Do I call you at home base? Can I call you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can. Yeah, I gave you my personal phone number.
Say I was that person going through that. Do I call? Is there a specific number to call home base to check in there, or would you send them somewhere else?
No, absolutely. Call me. And I can give you my information, but yeah, call me. I will answer the phone. I will. And that I will say, so outside of our physical fitness and the adventure series, the big portion of why home base exists is mental health. And if you're willing to take that really big, scary step, we'll fly a veteran out to Boston, put them in a hotel for 2 weeks, and get them some really intensive, like, trauma therapy, individual, group, rec, like, all of it for 2 weeks. And then we'll help them get
For
a
free.
provider back home. Yes, for free. All of
That
it's for
is
free.
phenomenal.
You don't have to be involved in the VA. You don't have to be service connected. Like, it doesn't matter what branch, what era. It doesn't matter what your discharge is. Because how many people get kicked out for drugs because they can't function after their trauma, but they served honorably until they had trauma. So we serve all vets, and we help their families. We serve the families of the fallen as well. So we do it in cohorts where we'll put spouses together so they can go through and work through their trauma together with other people.
The caregiver piece is so important.
Yes.
So important. The families, we're not just caring for veterans, we're caring for their families.
Yes.
And the first responders that show up to our calls when we call them,
Yes.
when we're in a crisis, and they have to go home with the same shit that we go home with. They're on duty all the time, and
Yeah.
I don't want them to be forgotten either.
No,
And most of
absolutely
them
not.
are former service members as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You would be surprised. Like, when I was at DBS, I was like, veterans and the first responders, nobody talks to them about their veteran benefits. They're like, no, you're okay. Are they? No, we got to do better.
Absolutely. I saw that. I was looking at the home base webpage, and I saw your executive director. He was a former brigadier general, and I remember ringing in one of those when I was on the ship overseas. That was really cool. I got to do that. Anyway, how he conveys the message of your mission statement is just so beautiful. You know that the person in charge there really, really cares and has been there, done that, knows what the families go through. I'm sure he's had to make some very unfortunate phone calls to families. And now he's showing up for what's up. And the Red Sox are a huge funder. I mean, they are the funder primarily. So I didn't know about this organization until I found out that you transferred over to them. And I think it's just an amazing resource to have here, and to know that we can send someone who's struggling for a couple weeks so they can process something, get the tools that they need to come back home and really start working on things. It gives them the first step to breaking open to the space where they need to find their healing.
Yeah. My director actually said, he's like, it's like a booster shot. It's not a retreat. While you're there and you're working on it and you're doing all that hard work and you have that time and that space for yourself, they also help find local providers. So they make sure they have appointments set up before they even get home, because you're not done. This is a lifetime thing. Like, you have to commit to a relationship and take care of yourself.
How do you commit to take care of yourself today, now that you've gotten over the big hump, the big chunk? You know, you're there, you're on their side, you're smiling, you got all this stuff going for you. Seems like your mental health is getting better. You know, we all have peaks and valleys, and we were talking before the show. We have peaks and valleys. When you're in the valley, just know that this too shall pass, and you're going to be back up on the top. But what can we learn from it right here? How can we stay strong? Don't make it worse. Using that space to process what's going on. Like, okay, why am I down here? And what is coming up for me? Use that space as an opportunity to find out more about yourself.
Yeah,
because when you do, and you find that strength, and it's what gets you back up to the top, that's when you celebrate. I just fucking did that. I found myself down there. I struggled well, and I got to the top. How
you
did
have
that,
to celebrate.
You gotta celebrate small wins. I got out of bed, showered, washed my hair, did my teeth. You know, I ate something healthy, and I got to work. Or, you know, like, that is huge for someone who is isolated for primarily most of their adult life because of trauma or many other things. Right? Life gets lifey, and we get stuck in those ruts, and we don't know how to get out of the valley. We don't know how to swim. There's no life preserver. There's nobody on guard. How do we go all the way down there and find that inner strength? I know how I've done it. How have you done it? Is it being honest?
Being honest, I had to get really comfortable with being uncomfortable, and on a regular basis. So even though I have a couple people that check on me when I get quiet, I wrote a mission statement got really nerdy. I wrote a mission statement for myself, and kind of like what I hold dear to me, and it's actually right above my computer at home. So I sit in front of it every day and consistently, like, does this matter? Is this even important? Does this align with my mission in life? And it's like, if it doesn't, it's like, okay, well, no. But then also with that, yes, it aligns, but I don't know how to do this. I have to ask for help. I have to tell someone. And there's 3 women that I do keep very close. And I'm like, hey, I'm not okay. We actually have a Wednesday check-in. I'm like, hey, and we don't even, it's not like a call or text message or record a video of myself and be like, hey, blah, 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 this is how it's going. Here you go. And it's everything. Just being uncomfortable. You got to do it.
Yeah, feelings, ew.
And then finding something that works for you for self-care and mindfulness. And I'll be the first to say that, like, I'm like, oh, cool, mindfulness. I can't breathe for my life. Like, meditation, no. But started painting, started doing crafting, making projects, doing puzzles, like things that are, you have to use your hands and you have to focus. And actually, my counselor was like, find a new vice. I'm like, you said I can't have any. I started crocheting. She was like, treat it like a vice. Every time you want a shot, crochet. I'm like, okay, I'll just do my old lady stuff. But that worked for me. And I had to find a mindful thing that worked for me. It wasn't like, oh, let's go hiking because everyone says go hiking. I had to find my thing that worked for me. Meditation wasn't it. Hiking wasn't it. So, and it's the puzzles and the crocheting and the crafting. I can do it with my kids. And for me, being able to be a present parent has been the reason that I do anything. I want to be a better person for my kids. I don't want to be their bully. And being able to find a way to do the things that take care of me and help me be a better parent, like, for me, that's what works. That keeps me here. It gets me through the valleys.
That's a really cool anchor. I think we all need to walk out into the world with an anchor. What's going to bring us back to our mission statement for ourselves. I like that you have that. I try to set an intention every day when I walk out. And your mission statement kind of sounds like your values summed up.
Yeah.
And that's really cool that you're like, nope, it doesn't align with my values. So you get to say no. I get to say no.
Yeah.
You're choosing your...
Which is really cool because we get so taught to feel guilty about saying no. So now I gave myself this permission. I didn't even think about it. I just have a mission statement. I'm like, nope, sorry.
I think it's awesome that you took your power back like that and you're owning it and you get to share it with other people. So they're like, maybe I can do something like that.
Gosh, I hope so.
I think it's really powerful. The simplicity is powerful. And we like to make things so convoluted that it's like, then you get the analysis paralysis. You're like, you put too much shit in front of you. Just do one thing. If it doesn't work, do something else. But don't beat yourself over it. And celebrate the small wins. It sounds like it took you a really long time to get to where you are. And you do have like this pleasantry about you today and your hair is not on fire, even though it's beautiful.
I did dye it red because I was like, I think I could do this.
Yeah. But I feel like I could sit down and have a conversation with you and talk about what's going on with me. Like, I feel like I have that open, safe communication with you. Like, I can, like your aura, you just seem welcoming, honest, and authentic. Like, yeah, it's still hard, but I choose to get up and get after it because it's so rewarding and fulfilling to do the work that you're doing.
Yeah.
And I hope everyone can find something that's fulfilling to them. And if you don't know what that is, you can go check out the adventure series here at Home Base with Dana West. You can come down here and check out anything we have going on. And we also have a list of resources and activities that are happening. We've also recently partnered up with the Wounded Warrior Project to bring in an expo here in the center, as well as if you're a post 9/11 veteran, you can be a Wounded Warrior, and it's all free. There's tons of activities, outdoor sports, and a lot of adventure. Or there's like a series of cooking, and like they do all kinds of stuff. If you're not subscribed to their newsletter at the Post, you should, because there's just, if you don't know what you want to do, there's a ton of shit on there. You're like, I'm going to try that.
Yeah, they're one of our big funders.
Huh?
They're one of our big funders, and we're on their care network. Like, when they get vets that call in for mental health assistance, they're like, we're like one of 4. They're like, this is the one. So Wounded Warrior is special.
Yeah. I hope to get funded by them. I've wrote a grant for them, but just bringing in their fitness and holistic wellness person was really cool to meet with them. And then we have a Wounded Warrior VSO in our office, and he's phenomenal. So what a great guy. And
Love him.
he is so great. I know. If you want to volunteer at this really happy environment that's fulfilling and rewarding, and you get to hang out with cool people who have traversed it, overcome it, who are celebrating it, and are reaching down and helping other people come up and feel the same way, then come on down and volunteer your time, your services, or just share the podcast and let everybody know about these great resources and people in the valley that are trying to just help other people find their voice and their strength, and let them know that they're not alone. So if you are struggling, please know that the Veterans Crisis Line is available to you 24/7. Just pick up the phone, dial 988, then press option 1. And if you're not there yet, you can call Dana at the home base, or you can call us here at the Veteran Resource Center, or you can call a friend. Reach back out to someone that you haven't talked to in a while and ask them how they're doing. That might help. But next time on the Spotlight, we're going to be going deep into some other heavy topics. Just know that you matter, you are enough. We want to hear your story. So come on down and let's talk. We'll see you next time on the Spotlight.